Jalen Hurts wasn't supposed to be here. At least, that's what they said. When Super Bowl LIX kicked off, the world was watching two competing storylines. The Kansas City Chiefs chasing an unprecedented 3, and Jalen Hurts, the quarterback who has spent his entire career proving doubters wrong. Years, critics have questioned whether Hurts could ever lead a team to the promised land. He wasn't the golden boy of the NFL. He wasn't the face of flashy, high-powered offenses. He was afterthought, the guy who gets benched, the quarterback who, no matter how many games he won, still found himself playing second fiddle to the so-called elite names in the league. And yet, here he was, the leader of the Philadelphia Eagles, the face of a franchise that had once doubted him just as much as the rest of the football world. When the final whistle blew, there was no doubt. Jalen Hurts was a Super Bowl champion. And not just any champion, he was the Super Bowl MVP, orchestrating a 40-22 dismantling of the Kansas City Chiefs and forever changing his narrative. How did he do it? How did he go from being replaced in college to lifting the Lombardi Trophy? This is the story of Jalen Hurts, a story of resilience, perseverance, and the unshakable will to win. Because while talent may get you to the NFL, it's relentless drive that wins championships. Road to redemption. To understand Jalen Hurts, you have to go back to the moment he lost everything. It's January 2018, Alabama vs. Georgia, the national championship game. Hurts had led the Crimson Tide to a perfect 12-0 regular season. But at halftime, with Alabama trailing, Nick Saban made a stunning decision. He benched Hurts for a freshman, Tua Tagovailoa. Imagine that. You've given everything to a program. You've led them to victory time and time again. And in the biggest moment, you're told you're not good enough. It was a moment that could have broken him. Many players in his position would have checked out, let the disappointment consume them, but not Hurts. Instead, he stayed on the sideline cheering for the very player who replaced him. He supported his team, knowing that his time would come again. Next season, he found redemption in poetic fashion. In the SEC Championship, Alabama trailed Georgia, and when Tagovailoa went down with an injury, Hurts stepped in and led Alabama to victory. But he knew the writing was on the wall. His time at Alabama was over. He left, transferred to Oklahoma, and once again he proved them all wrong. Hurts threw for 3,800 yards, rushed for nearly 1,300, and finished runner-up for the Heisman Trophy. Yet, even after proving himself on the biggest stage, NFL scouts still doubted him. They labeled him a system QB, a backup at best. The Eagles took a chance in the second round. Many questioned the decision. Fast forward to today, who's questioning it now? Super Bowl LIX performance. The script was flipped from the start. Against a Chiefs team that had dominated Super Bowls, Hurts and the Eagles played like a team on a mission. Philadelphia's defense stifled Patrick Mahomes, and Hurts, he was clinical, precise, unstoppable. The defining moment? Third quarter, Eagles up 27-0. Hurts steps back, eyes downfield, and unleashes a perfect 46-yard strike to Devonta Smith for the touchdown. A dagger. The Chiefs' dreams were over. Hurts finished the game with 121 passing yards, 2 touchdown passes, 72 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown. That stat line put him in elite company, one of just 5 quarterbacks in NFL history with multiple passing TDs and a rushing TD in a Super Bowl. The others? Joe Montana, Brett Favre, Ken Anderson, Patrick Mahomes. Here's the thing about Jalen Hurts. He doesn't care about stats. I don't play the game for numbers, Hurts said. I play to win. And win he did. This wasn't a last-second miracle. This wasn't an underdog story where luck played a role. This was total domination from a quarterback who had spent his entire career being told he wasn't good enough. This time, no one was taking his moment away. The bigger picture, mindset, and legacy. The city of Philadelphia has never made things easy for its quarterbacks. And for most of his career, Hurts has been a lightning rod for criticism. Not flashy enough, not dynamic enough, just not enough. And yet, his teammates believe in him. They always have. And don't let adversity get to him, Eagles offensive lineman Mekhi Becton said. He's one of those guys that water just flows down his back no matter what's going on. That's very inspirational. Quarterback coach Quincy Avery put it even better. He's the best player in the NFL at doing the things that require no talent. What does that mean? It means Hurts outworks everyone. He prepares harder. He leads better. He elevates those around him. He is a thermostat. He changes the temperature in the room. That's why his story is different. This isn't about natural talent. It's about discipline, sacrifice, and an unshakable belief that when the moment comes, he will rise to it. Hurts wasn't just playing to win a championship. He was playing to redefine how the world saw him. And now, they see him exactly as he always saw himself. Jalen Hurts climbed the mountain, and when he got to the top, he looked around and realized he was exactly where he was always meant to be. For years, people have debated his place among the NFL's elite. This Super Bowl victory doesn't just silence the critics, it redefines his legacy. No longer the quarterback who was benched. No longer the second-round pick people doubted. Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl champion. If you think this is the peak of his journey, you don't know Jalen Hurts. Because for him, this isn't the destination, this is just another step in his relentless climb. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the game's greatest moments. Let me know in the comments, is Jalen Hurts now officially among the NFL's elite?